So I'm here with Bob. Here's a little cheat sheet. If you're not really good with the gi, regardless of where you're at, your experience, everything else, here's my little challenge with you. Okay. You're pretty much limited to 5 different things. 1, you can kind of cross your hands and switch your hand position. You can switch your feet. It's going to be 1. 2, you can grab your own belt. 3, you can grab their belt. 4, you can't grab a belt or you lose that. You can kind of grab yourself. So you can be inside. Playing into this, the last one is going to be, I can make one traditional kind of grip with this. So maybe I have a scoop grip on his foot. I can have a sleeve grip, everything else. The other hand can frame, redirect, everything along those kind of lines for right now. So the only time I can truly have 2 grips right now would be with the belt and everything else. Normally, once you get a little bit more advanced, we can play with the lapel, everything else. So all I'm trying to do right now is, regardless of what Bob does, whether we're in closed guard, open, is I'm just kind of playing with that and setting things up out of those kinds of positions. It's a rather conservative game out of this, or approach, and then we can adjust. I could say, instead of the belt, you can only use the lapel. You can make 2 grips, but then your legs have to open up. Stuff with that. So 5 again. I could switch my hands, switch my feet, what one's over what, everything else along those kind of lines, right? And that also includes which way my thumbs and my hands are pointing, my legs are pointing, my feet, my ankle, my toes. I can grab his belt. I can grab my own belt. If I can't grab that, I can grab myself. So I can hold on to like my shin. And then the other piece of that is I can make a traditional grip only with one hand, and then the other one can at least frame away along those kind of lines. The only times I can have 2 grips is when I have belt or I have that. Okay. So just starting out close guard, regardless of what happens, right? If he passes me, he passes me. But we're just kind of playing with that, right? That little framework. Also, one last thing for the record, I'm a little bit more left side dominant, so let's see. Cool? Go ahead. Now, you're seeing that we're not really kind of killing each other. Bob's also trained for about 3 hours. One of the nice things about this is you can do this from a variety of different positions. Bob could do this with me on bottom. He could do it from bottom of half guard. I could do it from top of half guard. Now, if you know anything about the way the people I work with and how we go, how we put everything together, how we bunch plays or how we script the stuff out, is that we're usually also tying in a lot of stuff with belt, lapel, and many other things. There's time and place for it, right? But it's also a nice way that I could also say to Bob, hey, let's practice your butterfly sweep, right? Usually when we start having hands and feet going different ways, size discrepancies, and also what side dominance. We're both left-handed, right? Or more left side dominant. Most people are right side. So it's just understanding that, okay, he's going to curl better a little to his left side, then he extends a little bit better to the right. So in the case for him, I would have him practice more right now going to his right side. And it's even better if he's doing it with somebody like me, because then I would say, don't worry about the underhooks. Don't worry about lapels. Just grab my belt, or even kind of grab himself, right? It sounds kind of weird, but there's a couple videos on my Instagram and YouTube where we get into like butterfly cross shin and stuff with that, where we're setting up. So this is something that, let's say even like Bob's a little tired, right? I just say to Bob, hey man, I don't want you to beat yourself. So you sit in front of me. All right, we're just gonna pick one essentially skill. We're gonna go butterfly, okay? So right off the bat, I don't want his head sitting behind his hip, so don't even worry about hooking on me right now. Less of this because I want you to grab my belt, right? So here's what I'm saying. Think of it like you're like, I'm slouching in, right? Now, we're gonna end up picking one side, and like we said, he extends a little bit better to the right. So I'm just gonna say, don't worry about moving anything else right now, other than just kind of start to fall to your right side. Good, good, come back. Now, you'll see that when I said fall to the right side, I was trying to have him go straight, a little bit more this way. Now, he kind of fell a little bit more back and almost at diagonal. Again, he's a little bit more left side dominant. So I'm going to expect him to be a little bit more on like that 45 and a little bit more extended, because to his right side, this is going to be more offensive and counter defensive. To his left, he would end up falling more in line with the camera and curl. So just show you what I'm talking about, if I tell him fall towards his left side, you're going to see that he kind of falls there. The shin can stay a little bit higher, and then he's able to go. But if I say, hey, try to fall to your right side the same way, you're going to see that it kind of falls, but this hip's going to naturally drop, right? So come back. So I'm going to tell him, go ahead and just fall towards his right side. Make sure, though, I want him to kind of look towards me, right? Go ahead, fall towards your right side. Good. Now, that naturally is making me put one hand on the ground, right? So we can talk about like hook stickiness and everything else. All I'm just going to say from right now is just take your left leg, hook it on my leg from there. Good. All I'm going to say now is make sure he's focusing, looking through my ear. So it's easier for him to see my right ear, right? So I'm going to say, pull your knee up towards your shoulder, look through my right ear, look through my right ear, keep looking, keep pulling this up, pull up. Now it's forcing me to just kind of have my hands down, right? Are we looking for necessarily the butterfly sweep right now? No, because my arm can base and post. I have one or both hands on the mat. But it makes it easier for him now to straighten his left leg, kick up, pull his knee back in, and now he has the ability to start going towards like a single leg X kind of position. What he did here is he let go of the belt, which I'm okay with just for the demonstration of this with some of our grips and everything else. But in the case of it, could he keep the belt? Because what that's going to tell him is if I say I fall here and that leg was still straight and I say try to put your foot back on my hip, he's going to tell you that as he tries to do it, it's a little bit harder to do. So sometimes if you're a little bit smaller against somebody bigger, or a little bit older going against somebody like maybe my size, what you're going to focus on is you see a lot of stuff where you need to put the foot on the hip. You got to be careful that you don't go too far, because in certain tournaments you would be considered reaping, but against some other people, we might be looking at reverse toe holds, certain other foot locks and everything else. So I'm going to tell them, focus on my belt, even with this hand for right now too. I'm going to say, I want you to value pulling your knee more towards your shoulder. Just pull your knee towards your shoulder and pinch your knee in. pinch this knee in. Because now, if I go to try to put weight back in my foot, a lot harder, right? Now go ahead and make your grip. Take that and just like wrap around. Don't worry about anything else with that, right? The more he can pull this leg in, now he's got better tension on this, right? If he tries now to put the foot on the hip, he's got to ultimately open that up, or he can even kind of motorcycle onto my rib cage and on like my side. Come back. If he's just still pinching, he's in a good spot, because then if I start to move away, now he can pull his knee in more. Now he can kind of get a little bit more of a back heel or push into me more. Now he's in a better spot of if he's looking to wrestle up or go from there. So this is just a way that I could say, hey, I want you to practice and making sure that you can make it so I can't put my foot back on the mat like easily, right? Because a lot of times when you go to learn a single leg X or get into this initial position, let's not even worry about this other leg and everything else right now. We're focused on one thing. Don't let this leg be loosey-goosey on me, because if that's loose, I can move. If I say just pinch that knee in, you're going to see that more of that weight's there, because even if that foot's not connected and he just points his knees that way, I have to come towards this camera right now, right? Much more important skill. Again, he competes a lot in IBJJF and a lot of grappling tournaments, but let's say that he had to defend himself, right? He doesn't want me on top of him. Get away. So this is just a way that we put this together. Could you do this from bottom half? Of course, he could be in bottom half. And I say, just put the hands on the belt for right now. Hands stay on the belt the entire time. They stay on, kind of go from here. Remember, he's more left side dominant. So what could he easily do? If I go to push in, he could just push me away with the belt. Now this leg could pull up, and that's his butterfly guard hook. So now he's playing half butterfly. He keeps this, and now if I go to push in on him, he can push me away. He can only stay connected. He can use the belt and pull me up on top of him, and then he can start to like load me up a little bit more and decide where he wants to go. But now it's also letting him focus on hand position and arm position. Doesn't really want me to get an underhook from here. Doesn't really want me to get an underhook from here. Usually from most of the people that we work with, we value near side underhook more than top side, because there's just way too many traps and stunts that you can kind of play to this. Whereas if you can start to pin people out with here, you can kind of, on that near side, you can open them up a little bit more. So it just kind of gets them in good habits with that. Well, if I start like pinching and locking down his leg, right? So if I start kind of pulling back and getting into this stuff that here, if I start sitting back, he'll tell you there starts to get pressure on that foot and that ankle. So if he goes to pull me, he's pulling, but you feel a little tension on that foot and that ankle. The nice thing is he can keep the left hand in the belt. He can take this hand and just slide it underneath his leg. Just watch this, take this. And now, as long as he keeps that hand thumb down and I go to put tension, he's going to tell you there feels nothing there. He can always pull me back up and my leg starts cramping. So these are those kinds of skills that we can all start putting together without trying to get big arm movements, a lot of stuff with that, because a lot of times we need the upper body and lower body to work a little bit better together. And this is a nice, slow, kind of conservative game that you could play of, hey, I don't care if you get your guard pass, but I just don't want you to beat yourself. So we're kind of making this more of a limited exercise for our training partner, where I say, good, can't let your arms get out, can't go from there. What if we're here and I get to top side control? If I'm in top side control, I could say to him, hey, you may not be able to grab me with the belt on this side on an overback grip right now, but your right hand could, right? Wait, no, I'm just saying, take your right hand, get your elbow inside, and you push towards me a little bit. Good, and now just start to frame that away more. So as I go, push, now get in, recover your guard, right? Whether it's a closed guard, just kind of framing on me from here. But again, we're focusing on let's get everything inside work. Can we do this from out? To a degree. Can we do it from the back? That's a little bit harder.